The K7 dashcam by Jomise, the next generation of smart dashcams. What can this thing actually do for you, and is it worth the price tag? Let's find out in this episode of In Depth with Chris, presented by TechMagnet. And as always, to save you time, I will also compile the key findings of the best reviews out there in this video as well. So when you have seen this review, you will have seen it all. So let's get right to it. A company called Jomise reached out to us and said, we make the world's smartest dashcam. Do you want to check it out? So of course we said yes, and this is it right here. Let's start with the unboxing. Brand new company, brand new device. This is the box, traveling data recorder. The package has an inner piece that will slide out like that. Right here, the manual. Well, it says Benutzerhandbuch here in German, but everything in here is English, but that's no problem. Page 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and the last two pages, 21 and 22. And that's the back side right here. Then there is this. It comes with a plug for the car, and this thing will give you two USB inputs. One with 1 amp and the other one with 2.1 amps. So this will come out as well. There is the cable. And this is a fairly long USB cable. This is a micro USB to USB A. This seems to be 3 meters of USB cable. This should easily do. And now finally, the K7 dashcam, brand new product. This is what it looks like. f1.6 lens, big aperture, that's amazing for low light conditions, and that's the image resolution. To mount it in place, there is this is just double-sided duct tape. Okay, here is the micro USB, and on the back side is a screen, and this is what the screen looks like. Then right here, this is the slot for the card, and this other slot is not a slot at all. They call it a speaker port in the manual. And right here is the microphone hole and a reset button inside here. If you press this, it's a factory reset basically. It came with the manual, the plug, and a fairly long cable, but there is no card, there is no memory card, so you will need to get one yourself. I will use this. Class 10 is recommended. Well, if you have the V30 rating, then this is even better than class 10. So a card like this will do. And this concludes the unboxing. Jomise is a brand new company, just founded last year actually, in Shenzhen, China. Their website is actually still in development, but they have a Facebook page if you want to reach out to them. The page and everything else will be listed and linked in the description, of course. Now, the app, they have their own app, which also seems to be brand new. There are 0 reviews on the Play Store, but the same publisher also released the HIK dashcam software. This one is way more known, but I'm not sure if Jomise is connected to the publisher HIK Auto. Please investigate on this matter on your own. Let's continue with the review. f1.6 lens, 2560 x 1600 pixels, video resolution only at 30 frames per second though. You can get 60 frames per second too. I will show you this feature in a second. Then right here the mini USB for a separately sold 4G module, and right here the micro USB port for powering this device. It will stick to the front windshield with this adhesive pad. You can swivel this on this ball head, which is quite limited in its range, as you can see here, but it is very, very solid, so this won't shake. Build quality is quite amazing. Little decal right here. And before we get to the app, this thing also has a touch screen. This thing is very responsive, which is quite amazing. When you swipe down from the top, well, actually right here, you can turn off the Wi-Fi connection, you can mute the camera, you can turn off the audio recording, and you can turn off the GPS tracking. Swipe up to get rid of this. Swipe up again, then you will get to the resolution settings. You can format the card, set a screensaver. This is the best in my opinion, just a clock. You can set the volume to low, medium, high. There are more settings in the app. Resolution right here, we will take a look at that in the app as well. There is also the language, about, you can check the firmware and stuff like that. You can reboot it and you can reset it. Here are the indicators. Wi-Fi is on, microphone sound recording is on, and sounds are on. Check this out. Let's deactivate all of that. And now it's muted, no audio recording. Boom. It's super responsive. That's it for the webcam. Let's get to the app right here. Okay, let's connect. And right here, is the gear. Let's start with the best that this thing can do is 1600p at 30 fps, and the 60 fps option is right here, only at 1080p though. So you can either have the sharpness of the higher resolution or the smoothness but with a lower resolution. Right here you can switch off the audio. You can also deactivate the emergency recording. Wide dynamic range, this is something like HDR, high dynamic range, wide dynamic range. It's better to turn this on, get more out of this camera. Here you can set the speaker volume in a more granular setting. Right here you can turn on or off the boot music. I will turn this off. I don't need this little chime to play every time. Standby screen, the clock. You can also upload a custom picture or just turn it off. Right here, parking monitoring. You will need a constant power supply for this to work. Electronic fence. You will need the 4G module for this, and horizon is just a setup feature to align the dash cam. Then right here, informations. You can set the name. You will need an account for this. You need to sign up for the app. You can update the dash cam firmware. You can even check the satellites. This is a pretty dope feature in my opinion, one of the best features that this camera has. Then you can check the storage card and format it. You can set the Wi-Fi password right here. You can change the language to Chinese or English. Oh, there we go. There's the clock right here. I think this is the best looking screensaver that this camera offers. And well, aside from the smart features, the GPS functionality is amazing because it will stamp your footage with a location basically. Well, you can also take a picture with the app, but let's go to the playback. Right here. These are the red markers. If the camera gets shaken, it will create one of these markers. It's an emergency marker. Somewhere like right here. Oh my goodness, the video quality looks amazing. So far this thing is looking pretty good. Next up we'll be mounting it for real on the glass. Well, first of all, when you're looking for the proper position, you better do this with the micro USB cord plugged in. Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's remove this carefully. Okay, you're right there. Okay, this should do. This is what it looks like from the outside. It's not sticking to the glass with the whole area. It's pretty perfect, just like this. Lastly, we'll be routing the cable. Let's see. Now look at that. I'm finally done with the installation. Actually with the wiring, because the installation itself was simple. But well, the wiring, you can make that really complicated. When you're using the stock charger, you can actually plug it into the 1 amp socket, because this thing will only draw half an amp. And then you have the 2.1 amp spare for charging your phone or stuff like that. The installation all in all was quite simple. The wiring was time consuming, but worth it. And now I have a smart car. Well, almost. Let's see what this thing can do for us.
Keep up with the car. 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 Turns green. Traffic light turns green. Keep up with the car. Keep up with the car. Traffic light turns green. Keep up with the car. Traffic light turns green.
Audio check 1, 2. The camera is right beside my face. And it's completely dark. Just a few street lamps. Yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping for a red light. There is a, oh, it's green, it's turning green, okay. Look at that, it's so dark. It is already so dark. There is a red light right there, perfect.
Traffic light turns green.
Oh my goodness, it actually works! Nice! As you can see, it's currently on, also recording, and it's drawing around half an amp. That's like, well, it's around 3 watts in power consumption. That's not too bad. Startup, it will use a bit less, but then when it's on and recording, it will use around half an amp. Okay. Go. Ich hab's dann sehr schweren Job.
Ja, voll.
Das ist sehr schwer, was ich alles mache. I'm using this for actually a little bit over 2 weeks now. This thing never failed on me. It turns itself on, it starts the recording, and when you turn it off, when you turn off the ignition, it will just die like that. does not affect the thing whatsoever. It's made for that, obviously. Everything is fine, the device itself, the app, everything works fine. The green light detection, well, during night times, when it sees the light, it works basically every time. But during daylight, when it's sunny, then it will work maybe like 50% of the time. And the second feature is a keep up with the car feature, which will alert you when the car is moving. And this is way faster than the light detection. Also, it's working pretty much every time. Touchscreen is mwah. The device itself is so good. It just looks good as well. And lastly, the video and audio footage. Well, the audio is quite bad. I mean, it's like, why? Everything else about this thing is like top-notch quality, but the audio is so bad. Like, why? I mean, the video footage, while daytime is like, it's fine, okay? But the low light, funny enough, it's, in my opinion, is better than the daytime videos. I do like this product. This is definitely an upgrade for every car, no question about that. Now, after using it for over a week, I have to say that I really like my new dashcam. Even though it's not that easy to get the videos of the thing, you can only download 3 minutes at a time, and also you must not leave the app, otherwise you will end up with a corrupted video file. So this is clearly not an action camera. It looks like one, and when you're new to dashcams like me, you might assume things that are just not true. No, this device is basically a safety feature for your car in case of an accident or something like that. And also with smart features. And lastly, as promised, let's take a deep dive and explore what the best reviews will say about this device. And this concludes the review. All in all, I really like this product. Check out the Amazon links in the description if you're interested. And before you go, smash that like button right now, subscribe, ring the bell, and press all to never miss amazing TechMagnet videos. That's it for this one. Enjoy your day, and I will see you soon.